This is the Ivy.
Hi.
The Dazzle Dust. Love of my life. Beauty. Okay, fine. I won't touch. God.
The fuck?
You know I can't be normal. But anyways, this is Ivy Dazzle Dust. I am the Dark 13. We are just a small piece of AD&D, Attention Deficit Nerd Disorder. If you have found yourself here, you have found yourself in the right place. Especially if you are distracted by not only your phone, but you're busy trying to figure out what pops are behind us at the moment. You're in the right place. So,
that's all my
by the way, that is a Cactuar Crossing sign that Ivy painted for me and made herself. It is one of my favorite things.
Well, I mean, there's another one, but I can't. I'm not. It's too close to the ceiling to get.
Yeah. So, and if you're wondering about the lights in the corner, that is not your imagination. That is our Christmas tree already set up.
I can't wait. Like, when it gets to the holidays, it's November 1st. I'm sorry, I love spooky season. I mean, obviously. But, I mean, it's always spooky season in the house. But I've got to set up for Christmas November very beginning. Yeah.
Exactly. Hey, look. I turned the big titty goth girlfriend into the big titty goth wife. So, if you've ever seen the meme of the two people watching hentai together, that's us. But
embarrassing much?
Of course.
Yeah.
Self-deprecation is what I do best. But here today, we are going to witness Ivy watch the trailer for Tears of the Kingdom because she is a massive Breath of the Wild fan.
Yeah.
I am an old school Zelda fan, having played 1, 2, Ocarina of Time. Majora's Mask is my absolute favorite out of the entire series. I'm sorry, Breath of the Wild is nice, but it has a special place in my heart.
Well, I mean, but I'm also a Legend of Zelda noob because I started with Breath of the Wild. Like, I fell in love with the art style, and that's where I started. He tried to get me to play Majora's Mask, and he's like, we're gonna play it together! And then he never played it with me, and I got lost and stuck, and I never restarted it.
Yeah, so we're gonna circle back to that. Because there's a lot of different things we're going to discuss, both the past games and what we're looking forward to the future, including a few theories that I have. But let's get to the point of this. This is your first time watching the second trailer.
Yeah. Oh, and now it's updating. So now we have to wait. Yay! I shit you not.
This is so poorly planned. This is exactly...
This is why we're AD&D.
You know what's funny? Did you notice what I put under my name this time? It's like Lord of What Could Go Wrong.
And then
what could go wrong.
Goes wrong.
But anyways,
it's almost done.
Let's do a little background.
Yeah.
Again, I grew up not a kid of the 80s, but basically a kid of the 80s. Being broke, we had the NES, the Super NES, Sega Genesis. It was almost a PlayStation 2 era by the time we got a PlayStation 1. So, my first experience was the first Legend of Zelda, then Legend of Zelda 2. That old faithful, it's dangerous to go out there alone, whole deal. But honestly, the best game out of the series, and it really inspired my love for adventure games, was Ocarina of Time. I can't tell you how many hours I spent just riding around Hyrule Field on Epona. And then when Majora's Mask came out, the commercial alone sticks in my head, where it had the different cultures from different parts of the world reacting to the moon falling to the earth. And then when it came out, it was one of the first new games I got to buy for the N64. Had to buy the expansion pack, of course, for the N64 so it would actually work. And it actually inspired my love, not only for dramatic stories, but inspired my personal love for masks and symbolism. Then, fast forward years later, I'm married now. I got someone to Switch. And if you get someone to Switch,
I even have the freaking Legend of Zelda Joy-Con.
I think the Nintendo Switch should come with a Japanese government issued copy of Breath of the Wild, because it will make you. It is the only reason to inspire love for that console. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's tons of great games on it, but if you talk to anyone who owns a Switch, just about, they will tell you Breath of the Wild is the thing to get.
I have. So with my console now, because I had sold one and then got another one later. I have like 2,000 hours on it. Just new saves. I lost all of my old saves, but I have all the DLC and everything. I have literally beat the game 100%, and I don't even know how many hours it was that I had that I ended up losing. But yeah,
and there were only a couple of puzzles that I actually had to help you with. Most of them were actually pretty difficult that I had to help you with, like especially the motion control puzzles, which whoever came up with the idea of a motion controlled island that you have to rotate a ball and flick it into the next area, fuck you. Because that is ridiculous. It was fun, but it was ridiculous.
And then also don't try anything motion controlled in the car because it won't work. We found that out the hard way.
Yeah, it turns out the gyroscopes and the G sensors in the Switch will react to the car turning corners.
Yeah.
So not a good road trip toy.
No, it messed us up. Because I'm like, the hell? What is happening? And then we stopped, and I was able to do it, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah. So.
It's up now.
Go ahead and start it.
Okay.
Let's see your reaction. I have actually not seen the second trailer in its entirety. I've only seen the first trailer. So let's watch this.
Is this the first one or the second one?
This is the second one. This is where they actually have the
name and everything?
name under it.
Okay.
Of course, we got a Mountain Dew.
I'll watch an ad. Yeah. Skip it. Okay. I haven't seen that field before.
No, I mean, it looks like they're introducing Skyloft into it.
The hell? So no more glider?
No, this is still going to be glider, I bet.
So yeah, that's definitely gonna be my birthday present.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to find out if there's a collector's edition for it.
Yeah.
So, what I think is going to happen with the game, based off of the two trailers.
I've just seen the second one.
I thought you watched the first. Look up the first one while I'm talking.
What is it called?
It's Breath of the Wild 2 trailer.
Okay.
Trailer 1.
All right.
But what I think is going to work out with this is we are going to find out that Calamity Ganon was not the full form of Ganon. That he's actually sequestered himself, and I don't want to call him a lich, but taking on lich-like properties where he's preserved his body.
Which one? The one from E3?
Yes. That should be it.
Okay.
But and preserved himself in a way that he can gather the malice and unleash it across the world in a last-ditch effort to stop getting punked by some kid in a green cap and the blonde chick that hangs out with it. So, because what you know from the past Zelda games is that all of this is a cycle of reincarnation due to the demon demise. Him getting locked away and sealed, and the events following that, where he cursed the world, has led to this rebirth and death of Ganon and Ganondorf, and the hero being reborn, the princess being reborn, which princess, of course, being the reincarnation of the goddess Hylia, which is one of the major players of deities in the world of Zelda. And I think it's going to culminate in where, it's something you're not aware of, in Ocarina of Time, there was a split. Mm-hmm. So in Ocarina of Time, there's 3 possibilities. There's the child timeline where Link is able to stop Ganondorf before he enacts his plan. And as a result of that, he gets captured and executed, or they attempt to execute him, but he ends up getting banished to another world. Then there's the adult timeline where Ganondorf's plan was basically successful. He wiped out everybody. He ruled the world for a few years. Link was in stasis until he was an adult, and he's strong enough to take on the full powers of being the hero. And he became the hero of time, and him and Zelda defeated Ganon, and that leads off into its own trail. And then there's the third possibility, and that's the hero dies timeline, which, being the way time travel works, that is a possibility that when he's an adult, he goes to fight Ganon and he fails or he succeeds. And due to those splitting timelines, you get some games like Twilight Princess, which is a direct sequel of the adult timeline, and then you get games like Majora's Mask that are a direct sequel of the child timeline.
Right.
Where in Majora's Mask, Link basically goes on a journey to figure out himself after he loses Navi. And all kinds of different shenanigans. I think that what this is all going to bring together is that in Breath of the Wild, there's a lot of very clear references to all of the different games and all of the different timelines. And it's not like they're just references. They are integral to the plot and the world involved. For instance, in the DLC, they add Majora's Mask as an item you can get. And it's not like the other items you get where it mentions it's a replica or it looks like this.
Right.
It says specifically that this is an ancient mask.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So...
yeah, because I think you get Twinkle Toes outfit too.
Yeah. Tingle.
Yeah. Tingle, whatever.
Tingle,
Twinkle Toes, whatever.
Tingle, secretly the most evil character in Legend of Zelda.
You get his outfit, you get somebody else's mask. I see, and I don't know. I think almost all the DLC masks now.
No, you have everything.
I have all the DLC masks.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know all of them. So yeah.
And also something that you wouldn't know because you didn't play Majora's Mask. Mm-hmm. When you go to the Gorons area, historically the Gorons are always around Mount Doom. Mm-hmm. It's not their origination, but that's where they are. Mm-hmm. Well, of course, they have the statues of their heroes. One of the statues is of, I believe his name, Darwinian. And he is only in Majora's Mask. Which Majora's Mask takes place in Termina, which is a whole different world from Hyrule. So, I think what's going to happen is, if my dream scenario happens, that like all good time travel stories, there's going to be convergence where the Breath of the Wild world is all of the different timelines slowly being pulled back together. And that would explain why, you know, Mount Doom isn't right next to the castle anymore. Mm. Why the Gerudo Desert and the Karat Forest are in wrong places compared to everything else. And that the landscape is so drastically different because of the flooding that happened in Wind Waker and all these massive changes that happened in these different timelines finally coming together and converging in a way that it's going to simplify the storytelling and make it a little bit more straightforward and less confusing for people. Because I think that's really what they're going for. I think that's why majority of Breath of the Wild isn't direct storytelling like the previous games. It's explore and find out. Explore and theorize.
Well, I mean, not only that, but you've also got to remember in Breath of the Wild, you know, you have your Sheikah Slate, and you have to go out and find these different areas in the map, and then you get the vision of what happened. You get the memories back. So,
and one thing that's, you know, and one reason why we're discussing this is not only is Ivy a massive fan of Breath of the Wild and so looking forward to the new game. I am too.
He won't be able to get to play it for like the first 6 months that we.
Yeah. I'm gonna be like, I'll be like that guy, like, honey, just a little bit, just can I press the start button, please, please?
I will be streaming it as well, so
look forward to that.
Yeah, right? So but that'll be in May. I've got things planned between this month and March so far, because this month, actually, this Friday, the new Pokemon.
I think so.
Yeah. This week, the new Pokemon come out, so I'll have those. I actually got both, so I have to figure out which one I want to start with. And then May we have Resident Evil, and then of course March we have Resident Evil, and then we have this in May. So
yeah. And then one other thing that I was noticing that I think people are kind of overlooking is the Zonai tribe. In Breath of the Wild, they're talked about as this.
The bananas?
No, that's the Yiga.
Oh.
Yeah, Zonai are this mysterious group that you never see. Mm-hmm. They're just remnants of all the massive structures, stuff they built.
Oh, right, yeah.
But if you look at the armor that you get for them, it talks about their barbaric and their warriors. Their armor actually very heavily resembles Ganon. And I think what we're going to find out is that where we think the Guardians and all this technology originated from the Sheikah, I think we're going to find out that a lot of it actually came from the Zonai, and that they are behind a lot of the stuff that's happened. A lot of the lost technology, a lot of the, Ganon being locked away in however he's been locked away. Which, if you watch the trailer, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Because I haven't seen this one.
I could have swore you watched the first one.
No, I've been trying to avoid spoilers and stuff. Oh, geez. Okay, yeah. What the hell?
Yeah. So I think it's going to end up that we're going to find that the Zonite played a big part in whatever plan that Ganon has initiated, and where we see Skyloft. I think a lot of that's going to be the landscape getting ripped apart and it being a slow rebuild of basically the world reorganizes itself. And
maybe, because if you look, they're still on the ground here, but in the second one you're actually in the air, so that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah. And I have a sneaking suspicion and honestly a fear that they're gonna go a more mainstream route with the whole thing and have like a new game plus and have and it would be a good thing in one way and bad in another, where they have you unlock all the crap and you replay and you have it already, and it just to try to add more replay.
Or what they could do, because a lot of stuff that's the new game plus, yeah, you may have everything, but there could be, okay, well, you have to do where you did this time, you do the reverse. Just like Mass Effect. Your decisions would depend on the outcome. So, hey, okay, well, I done this way to kill whoever, change it up and do whatever. Because that's really the only time that New Game Plus is actually a benefit.
Yeah, and well, the fear I have of it is that it will be implemented in kind of a poor way because they haven't done it with the Legend of Zelda game.
Right.
Although, I do have a small hope that they almost go a Majora's Mask way with it, where you have so long in it, and you have to Groundhog Day your way back.
No, I can't do that. I sit there and I take my time. I love a good story. I cannot tell you how many times I've played Mass Effect or how many times I've played Breath of the Wild just because I love it so much. And there's no time limit on it. You put a time limit on it, I'm done. I can't do it.
Trust me, we'll play Majora's Mask together, and you.
I got confused and frustrated, and so I stopped.
No, we only started Ocarina of Time.
No, we started Majora's Mask too, and I got confused.
Well, we'll figure it out.
I have a 3DS as well, and we have bought it on there, and yeah, I got confused.
I will say, I really hope that they. Anyways, I really hope that they do implement this whole floating city in a way we haven't anticipated or we wouldn't think of. Mm-hmm. Just like with every Legend of Zelda game brings something completely new to the table. So,
well, I mean, I know I've only played like a teeny tiny bit of Skyward Sword because I got sidetracked by Mass Effect, but yeah, yeah. So I know a little bit of, the city in the sky, but I don't know a lot.
Yeah.
I know, I got my bird and now I'm on the ground, but I mean, I don't know a lot of it at all. I know I want the sword because it's awesome and it turns into a chick.
She's cute. Feet.
Yeah.
But no, like every Legend of Zelda game is one thing I'm really looking forward to is what are they going to change in it, because you had the original Legend of Zelda, which of course speaks for itself. It was an adventure game unlike anything else really. Then you had Legend of Zelda 2, which introduced overworld maps and more fleshed out towns. You had Ocarina of Time, which was the first fully 3D and really one of the first fully 3D adventure games that most people ever played. And it did so much with the concept of time travel that you wouldn't expect in a lot of games for the time. And then Majora's Mask took the time travel thing, flipped it on its head and made it a more important aspect of the game, but also introduced masks and the idea of transforming into these races that you got to see but never got to really do anything with, like the Gorons, the Zora, even the little Deku sprouts, and you even got to see the psychology behind a lot of characters that way. And then you went with Twilight Princess, which introduced the whole idea of Link can transform into a completely non-humanoid thing by turning into a wolf, and actually had a companion that did a physical function other than the classic "Hey, listen." Then you had Wind Waker, which introduced the whole aspect of sailing and exploring a world flooded, and then you have Breath of the Wild that introduced a truly open world and explorable in a way that no Legend of Zelda game had ever been explorable. So it's really exciting, and I think they're going to take that core concept, and especially like the Sheikah Slate stuff, and I think they're going to massively expand upon that. Although I really hope we see more of a return of some of the more classic characters we see every time around. Like, and Beetle's there in Breath of the Wild. I would honestly like to see some sort of return of the Lon Lon Ranch. That would be amazing for Ocarina of Time.
Oh.
I would love to see Mask and Trading Quest play a bigger part. And because Breath of the Wild is awesome, but it's a lot of empty space. So, in all the other Zelda games...
I'm sorry. I have nothing bad to say about Breath of the Wild. I fucking love Breath of the Wild.
And it's one problem I have with every big scale adventure game and big scale game in general.
You have a problem with like every game we play. Like we're playing Modern Warfare and that's not how this works. That's not what this gun is. That's not how these scopes work. Look, if you guys jump on the live when I get on tonight because we're playing that, and you will hear him bitch about this shit. Him and my dad, look. Like, no, it's a game. Come on. Like, you bitch about Fortnite. Fuck you. No.
Well, I'm in the boat of you can be critical of something and still love it dearly.
Okay, but shit, when that's literally all I ever hear is grumping about everything. Come on.
So much.
You were bitching about shit on Mass Effect that you've never fucking played that I fucking love, and I play a gazillion fucking times. I don't even know how many hours I have on it. And, like, my choices and shit. No, see, now you got me started. You're gonna bitch about shit that you've never even fucking played. You don't have a love for it. Don't bitch about something you don't know.
No, I'll keep the way I'm doing it.
No! Like, play it. Come on. Yeah, he stole my dubby, just so you guys know. Yeah.
That way you can see the side of the bottle.
It was facing towards you, dipshit.
Oh, so like this?
Ow! Oh. That was my knee.
Oh, that doesn't work because it's upside down, so it's got to be like that way.
There you go.
Speaking of which, if you happen to want to support this lovely lady next to me, and it supports me a little bit too, I need to show.
Well, that's Amazon. So with Dubby, it's an energy drink for gamers, made for gamers. Like, let me tell you, this stuff is awesome.
She is sponsored.
I am sponsored by them. You can use code Ivy Dazzle Dust, all caps, and you get 10% off your order. Like, I'm almost out, and I have to order more. I use it every morning because I'm a mom as well, and it gets me through today. Like, I can't drink more than one because then I'll be wired and up all night, but that's kind of what it's for.
Dumb out of your mind.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, it's fantastic. Like, this one tastes like a green apple blow pop.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it tastes like candy, and there's no sugars and shit in it. You know, it's really, really good.
And what I do for a living, I do a lot of driving, and it's where we live and where I go, I can drive for 45 minutes to an hour and not really see anything.
Yeah. And
it's just long, barely weaving roads. And this stuff, I don't feel like I'm going to fall asleep. I don't feel jittery all day.
Right, yeah. And that's their biggest thing is that they are a jitterless energy supplement. And it's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Like, I don't do energy drinks at all. anxiety and ADHD, and energy drinks don't mix, and I can use Dovey and I'm fine all day. No jittering, no racing of the heart, no nothing. It's actually an energy supplement that I can use. So I mean, it's fantastic. I actually have a way that I can stay awake and not have to worry about anything. Yeah, we've got to make that order Friday.
Yeah. But down to really the brass tacks of things, I'm really looking forward to this game.
Yes.
I honestly can't wait. I need to buy you. Did I get the encyclopedia, or did we get the?
We've got one of them. I'm not sure which one because there's 3 in total. There's the red, the green, and the blue, and I have the red one. I don't remember which one it is.
I need to get the Historia so you can really fill in the.
Yeah, it's upstairs. It's not down here. Otherwise, I'd be like, shing shing.
Yeah, I need to get you the Historia. That way, you can really read about the timelines, and it explains it.
We might
pretty well detailed. No, I think I got you the artwork one.
Maybe because I'm an artist.
Like arts and art and artifacts or something.
Maybe that might be what it is.
But yeah, it's just I really can't wait to tear this stuff apart and really get deeper into the story that they've started so many years ago. They've built upon so much. And really, I would like to see them differentiate the different Links and Zeldas throughout the different timelines. Because one thing I hate is that a lot of people cliche it that Link and Zelda are soulmates. They're always supposed to be together. And I don't think that's the case. I think it's just they both have the roles to play. And that
maybe, but it's also
together,
it's also never 100% presented whether it's one way or another because it's always changing.
And that's one of the glorious things about it. And something I kind of fear is that they're going to give a voice to Link at some point.
I swear, look, you guys, I swear, Link had a voice. I swear.
Yeah, it's a Mandela effect.
Yeah, I swear he had a voice.
Link has never had a voice, with the sole exception being a terrible cartoon.
I've never even seen the cartoon, but I swear he had a voice. Swear.
And even then, they gave him like this gigantic pecker nose, and it was it's like the worst, the worst thing they've ever done with the IP. And his motivation was he wanted to kiss her on the princess, and he's just like this snarky asshole is the only way to describe him. But that is one fear I have. It's one thing that a lot of people aren't aware of, or it just kind of goes by you. The reason that Link doesn't have a voice, despite pretty much every character around him, every important one, being voiced, is that if you give him a voice and you make him the super macho barbarian edgelord, or you make him the mega effeminate, like stereotypical JRPG character, if you lean him one way or another too much,
it's gonna make the entire fandom pissed off.
Well, not only that, but it will destroy the idea that you can step into his shoes.
Yeah,
because
I still swear he had a voice.
Because he doesn't talk, so you can when he's interacting with a character, you can put your voice into that character. When he's running around in the fields, the hi-yahs and rolls and whatever that he does, people are gonna make those weird noises anyways. It's kind of expected. But that, or I fear, and I hope it's probably an unjustified fear. I'm worried that they will make Zelda a playable character.
But see, I would really like that, but they would have to do it right. They would have to do it right in order for it to be good. I would like that, to be honest.
The only concern I have with that is that, again, it kind of ruins that in a way that the reason it's called Legend of Zelda is it is, while you are playing Link's story, it's not actually about Link.
Right, it's about Zelda.
It's about Zelda.
But at the same time, I mean, you never know what's going to happen. It'd be fantastic if, just like, let's go back to Resident Evil. Just like you play Resident Evil and 4, you go through, you're with Leon. And then you get Ashley. only Ashley can go through certain parts of certain puzzles, so you get to play as Ashley.
Yeah, but that's always fit in with Resident Evil. That's
right.
what they've always done.
I mean, at the same time, if they're changing things and they're giving new looks to stuff and giving new outlooks to different ways to play the game and everything else, I mean, you never know. They could put that in there.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so like Hyrule Warriors, I loved when I was able to play with whoever I wanted to. Yeah. I mean, that's a different style of game, but I like playing as everybody else.
Right. Well, I would hope that if they do make Zelda an actual playable character, that they do it in her own game. So they can make that the focus, because people would go for that.
Yeah, they would, but at the same time, what if that's their way of introducing it, is in this game, and see if it's actually got a market? If they did it right, that'd be a huge opening for them.
Yeah, I mean, and it would be a drastic shakeup to the entire formula they've.
Now, I mean, I'm not saying, oh, let's give her the Master Sword and let's go out.
No, that's what I'm talking about.
Right, but I mean, if she, like, where she's got, you know, her powers and everything else, if she can do, oh god, what she uses a bow and arrow at some point or something.
I think so.
So I mean, if you have that as her main weapon and that's all she can use or whatever, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Make it as her own, not, oh, I'm just gonna pick up all these swords just like Link does.
Well, again, and that's the kind of worry that I think a lot of people have when it comes to introducing what was used to be a side character into that new role of being the main character, that you end up putting a flesh suit over the original character anyways.
Well, so I mean, the way they done Breath of the Wild was really good, though, and I think they have a good team. I don't think they would really screw us that bad.
Yeah, I mean, because it's just like with Captain Marvel. The reason why current Captain Marvel is a terrible character is they wrote a man and put a woman over it.
Right.
They didn't write Carol Danvers as a strong woman. They wrote it as a man that just looks like a woman. And that's the concern that I have, is that if they did something like that, they would end up in this situation where, is it really Zelda? You know, or is it just Link with a different outfit?
Right. I mean, either way, as a huge fan, I'm going to love it, period. I mean, if there's something that I won't like, then yeah, I'll bitch about it, but I'll still play it till I break it. I mean, you guys can't see, but we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Joy-Cons.
They're in the frame when you turn.
Okay, so. Yeah. There's 8 Joy-Cons plus the 2 that I have upstairs, my Legend of Zelda ones, plus my Pro Controller. So, yeah.
Yeah, we party on Smash.
And then I also, oh god, how many Xbox controllers have I went through now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5 or 6.
That's Series X controllers.
Yeah.
That's not just regular Xbox controllers.
Not counting when you had PlayStation.
Yeah, not counting all that. Yeah, and I've got a new one coming in.
But...
So, but yeah, no, like when we say we're gamers, we are gamers. Like I play every single night. Even when, so I stream, oh god, what? Sunday through Friday, because I don't stream on Saturdays because, you know, we do D&D here. But after D&D, after hours, I'm still on Fortnite or Mass Effect or something. I still play no matter what time we finish, you know, midnight, 1 a.m. No, I go turn my Xbox on, I boot everything up, and I still play games. So, I mean, I'm more of a gamer than you are at this point.
Yeah, I've kind of gone that way of, as I've gotten older, I'm very, very much selective with the amount of time that I spend on things, which is one reason why I started up AD&D, is because there are so many things out there that it's hard to sift through it. And I figure if I can bring to anyone who might watch this a few little nuggets that they can truly enjoy, then it's made it all worth it.
Nugget sounds good. Sorry, I'm hungry.
That's okay. That's fine.
Sorry.
Yeah, we haven't cooked dinner yet.
No, so I'm getting hungry. Yeah.
And I hope that anyone watching this will go into a comment and tell us about what you enjoy, things you love. Help us find new passions while we help you find new passions.
Yeah, so you can actually go on our Twitch page, and under the About, I actually put a suggestion box on there, so you can type in anything you guys want us to check out. Video games, movies, card games, anime, manga, hentai. Anything that's in any kind of niche, and we'll check it out. Like, no lie, we will legit go check it out. Like, I'm not scared of anything. I'll talk about anything. I don't give a shit. I used to be in a shell and not talk about damn anything. And now I'm just like, oh, okay, yeah, you want to talk about that? Let's go. You need somebody to talk to? Let's go. Come to me. I don't care.
And this is what I love right here is where you get into passion. You talk to someone who's passionate about something. There is this unique energy that comes out of them.
Oh, you mean like when we go to talk colors and you're like, oh, that's blue. No, that's purple. And then this purple and this purple and this purple are all different colors. Look, if I go painting shopping and get paints and shit, because, I need paints for a freaking project and I take him with me, I can't rely on him at all.
I had no idea that there are about 1 billion shades of blue.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, because, Vegeta Saiyan Armor Blue is different from Vegeta Saiyan Hair Blue, and then the Aura Blue, and he's like, oh, they're all the same. No, they're not. And that's why my stuff looks like it's out of the anime and not just out of your head.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, but being that we've talked for over 40 minutes now, I think now is probably a good time to try to wrap it up a little bit. But
yeah, so you guys go check out Dubby. You can go on my About page on my Twitch. It's Ivy Dazzle. It's just the same as what he has there. And you can go on there, and the link is on my page. Just use Ivy Dazzle, all caps. And then you can also use the same About page and click a link to go to Amazon. And it won't cost you any extra. You can just do your normal shopping or your holiday shopping or wherever the fuck you want to buy shopping. And it won't cost you anything, and it'll help me out. And we can get more pops.
Yeah, because 500 aren't enough. Anyways. Now, all joking aside, I really do hope that anyone who watches this, I really hope you found something entertaining about this. It helps inspire you to...
We have a chatter, Rose!
Oh, all right. So
hi, Rose!
Being watched by one of our own members.
Yeah!
So, but I do really hope that it inspires you to share your passion with us. Let us share our passions with you. Until next time.
Now, if you guys do go on the YouTube page, you can find us there. I don't have a suggestion box or anything, but if you guys want to suggest something from YouTube, you guys just put a comment on there, and then we'll discuss it there. I mean, it's not a problem.
Yeah, we don't have live, so we will read comments.
Yeah, no, seriously. No, I mean, while I'm sitting there, I'm homeschooling him, and he's just like in something that he can handle, and I'm like, oh, hi, yeah, we need to find this. Yeah.
So until next time, I hope that everyone enjoys themselves. Take care of yourself.
Yes.
And hopefully you can find someone to discuss things with, not just us, but those around you.
Yeah. Bye.